Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eyed Mystic back with another general reading for my beautiful and handsome collective. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Sending you guys hugs and kisses on your spiritual journey. Love and light on your spiritual journey, child. I sound like I'm from another country. But anyway, or another dimension, whatever, child. I'm glad you're here. Okay, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Glad to see you guys have made it. If you're new, I do use profanity over here. I do cuss over here. All right. So just giving you a heads up. But if you choose to stay, I'd love to have you. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. To those of you that are subscribed to my channel, mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Thank you guys so much for your support, for your likes and also your views. So we're going to get right into it and pull a few cards. Again, this is Divine Eyed Mystic, and thank you guys so much for the support of my channel. All right. So overall, hopefully the message resonates with you and or is helpful in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. What do I need to see? Show me what I need to see. Show me what I need to see. What is the message for my collective? It's too many. What's the message for my collective? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Okay, you got a few that came out, so. All right, somebody working from home. Is that what they working from home? All right. Do you need me to say, okay. Do you need me to say it? All right then. All right, there we go. Don't worry about it. But clearance can be significant. Clearance could be of significance here. Next card, one of your siblings told your ex a lie to turn him against you. One of your siblings told your ex, which is an ex for a reason, but told him a lie to turn him against you. So, I mean, if they believed a lie and they became your ex after the lie was told, or they was your ex already when the lie was told, either way, they are ex for a reason. All right. Let's go with this deck. Yeah, you got the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Chariot in reverse with the High Priestess. So something ended. You know what I'm saying? And it could have been like some relationship issues, some disappointment that came, possibly with a breakup or ending. Maybe somebody didn't speak up or something, or somebody wanted to say something and they didn't, or something was said, communicated to somebody, and they didn't like, how something went. Because this is a lot of grief. Five of Cups. Somebody, crying over spilled milk. But, I mean, you got other options. You got other opportunities. You just have to go after it. Person got two cups behind them. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio energy. Clarify this work from home worker. What's this? Who is this? Work from home. Clarify. Who is this person working from home? Got the Four of Swords. The Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Give me some more. Work from home. Pussy six. Work from home. Snakes working. If I work from home. Somebody trying to say somebody work from home. You know what I'm saying? And they, probably, at home resting, protecting their damn peace, minding their business. Libra energy. Nine of Pentacles. Self-efficient. Already abundant. Don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Six of Wands. The Seven of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Leo energy. And somebody that yielded a lot of, they don't have self-confidence. Somebody's not very self-confident. Yeah. Somebody feeling, defeated. You know what I'm saying? Seven of Cups. You got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. The Seven of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody, is... don't like the fact that they, feeling like giving up, or they feel like they defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could have been part of somebody's, endless choices. You know what I'm saying? Or feeling like they had endless options. But I feel like somebody projected, whatever it is they do, it's like somebody projecting it on somebody else because they feel, like this lack of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody feel as though, because you know what I'm getting, like somebody don't feel like, they can get the people they want without it. And it's like somebody projecting, that onto somebody else, possibly because they attractive or something like that. This person may not be so attractive. They may not be as confident, as, the person, you are collective. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Some people, kind of hold back or hold in how they see themselves. You know what I'm saying? They may tell you, they think highly of themselves, but, when they alone or when they putting themselves together or when they, getting dressed or when they looking at themselves, they don't see what other people see or they don't see what they see in other folks. Like somebody compares themselves to somebody else, but at the same time, it's like saying just because somebody look good that, they, possibly can get money from, people that way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, people wouldn't give them or people wouldn't look at them like that, if they didn't look like that. If they didn't have that makeup on, they ain't had that hair in, they ain't had them lashes on, people wouldn't be trying to holler. Okay, but if you found out that person, that they with has seen them without all that on and they still want them like that, now what? But somebody is a work from home, you know what I'm saying? And they don't feel as confident, to land the people that they end up being with, without offering them something other than a good time. You know what I'm saying? That they just offering them a good time and they expecting these people to just, be with them, because they like them. It ain't that. It's like somebody feels as though if they don't offer something more, because on the surface they really, probably just I don't even know if I can say it any other way. If you feel, like you got that cute friend and you got somebody that is not so cute, you know what I'm saying? Or they not as attractive as the other person. They may feel like they not as attractive as their friend. So it's like they may have to do more to get attention than another person. That more that they have to do may end up being that they have to, or they end up being a lot more easier to bust down than, somebody that look good and got options, you know what I'm saying? And they can turn people down and they ain't got to worry about it because they always got somebody else that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, that's going to shoot their shot, or they always going to have somebody interested. This is somebody that, if they do have somebody interested, they only want one thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really trying to have nothing with them, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it, from both sides of the coin, because females ain't the only, people out here that, you know what I'm saying, get down like this. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, it's like 4 swords, 9 of pentacles. It's like somebody probably, looking at how somebody is just, probably a homebody, a home, an introvert, you know what I'm saying, work from home, what they do. But I feel like what somebody does, they protecting their peace. Somebody don't get out much. They may, not be saying much right now. 4 swords. Could be reevaluating, what you got going on, or somebody, just protecting their peace. You self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do what you're doing. You're already abundant in your own right. But it's the fact that somebody feel defeated because they've been part of like the options, that somebody had. Or they know, they have suitors, you know what I'm saying? But these are people, you know what I'm saying, these are random people that they given to, you know what I'm saying? These are not, somebody feel defeated. This is at the bottom of the deck, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the 7 of Cups, you got endless choices, but it's a lot of things coming out of these cups. And not all of them are good. Not all these things, is something, that is going to bring you some type of success. So if you don't know what's in these cups, you kind of don't find out until you start, giving to it, or drinking from it. You know what I'm saying? Some people have a cup that runneth over, and some folks got cups that just got a lot of, that's filled with poison. And, one got poison, one got a snake, one got, nails. You know what I'm saying? So you just, what's the 4 of Swords with the 9 of Pentacles? Yeah. King of Cups. And you got the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the High Priestess. But yeah, there's a King of Cups here now. Aquarius, Pisces. You could be this Aquarius. Somebody else can be a Pisces. You got Taurus out here. Virgo with this 9 of Pentacles. And Libra out here with the 4 of Swords. So this could be over a King of Cups that wants some forgiveness from you. They want a passionate new beginning. New opportunities, new creative, ideas, is emerging, with this Ace of Wands. So it's new opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's things that's coming your way that is bringing, not only creativity, but passion, a lot of, just somebody, very enthusiastic, you know what I'm saying, and fearless, at this time. Aries, Leo, Sag. So, if somebody was not feeling, very self-confident at the time, you know what I'm saying, like they could have been involved with somebody that just was not as solid as they thought they were, you know what I'm saying? But who is saying this? Like, who is, this work from home person? Work from home. You got the 8 of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse. The 8 of Swords and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So somebody, got like some miscommunication. Like somebody's not able, didn't have some clarity in a situation, or somebody, missed an opportunity. There's a missed opportunity here, especially if they were blocked, or stuck in a cycle, you know what I'm saying? Or just, a prisoner in their own mind. Because somebody done ended up getting blocked. or they created some type of injustice. You know what I'm saying? Somebody doing this could have got them, like somebody could have, ended up going to jail behind something, especially if they didn't see something coming. Like, somebody was not aware, of something, coming to an end. Because this Eight of Swords is giving me like blocked or somebody trapped in a situation feeling stuck. Like their hands tied, ain't nothing they can do. At the strength at the bottom of the deck. What's the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Swords in reverse? Because this is a missed opportunity. But I also feel like this is divine intervention for somebody. I feel like something, was something needed to happen in order for something else to, emerge. Like something had to end and for something else to begin. And I feel like whatever somebody did or projected onto somebody else, it backfired on them, or whatever they had going on, happened, got them exposed, or something, came back around to somebody. And now, it's got them in a situation with this Ace of Swords in reverse. This is an injustice. This is a missed opportunity. But I feel like with this Eight of Swords, somebody could have went to jail for this. What's this Eight of Swords? What's this Eight of Swords about? You got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Aquarius could be dealing, this could be involving like somebody, a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, an earth sign. Somebody could have earth in their chart. Like a Capricorn could be dealing with, could have air in their chart. It could be dealing with another air sign as well. Because there's a lot of air out here. You know what I'm saying? But with this Eight of Swords, you know what I'm saying? You got the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is a missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody abused, their power. Like somebody was very, had a lot of self-doubt. And somebody could have put themselves in a bad situation because they kept thinking negatively about something, speaking negatively about something because of, being unfocused, being rude, arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And now, and somebody's heart chakra blocked at the same time. But I feel like, they also, upset and pissed off and feeling like they blocked or got, cut off, with no communication, no contact or something like that. But somebody ended up getting blocked. But this is because, somebody, heart chakra was blocked at the time, and they dealing with a missed opportunity here, like something they were trying to cause or something they were trying to do or speaking on backfired. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yeah. Like somebody, ended up going through some type of family conflict or some, burdens ended up, end up causing someone to maybe lose a home, a car, and some things like that with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is like an imbalance, an instability, with work and home and things like that, where somebody cannot balance their finances or how they, spend their money. And not only that, just, not able to keep the priorities that, they priorities is not in order, it's not in alignment, with how they spend their money or how they spend their time or the money that they actually have. And it's like, now somebody having to deal with possibly, being incarcerated or whatever it is that they done got caught up in, working from home, doing this. Like somebody could have, put themselves in a bad situation just because they, were trying to block something for somebody else or kind of cause some type of, mishap, or they cause some problems in a connection, purposely. You know what I'm saying? So like you block whoever this is, they got involved with somebody like this. And I feel like they, you may have had this person blocked, cut off or whatever, or somebody block somebody and cut their ass off. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking to them and shit like that. And it's like, somebody, don't like how that attitude that they done had, you know what I'm saying, that cockiness about them, caused them to end up being, you know, maybe verbally abusive or something like that. Because I feel like somebody called somebody this, out of anger because of, how, somebody was treating them, like how they were being seen or something like that. Like somebody was projecting like what somebody was actually doing and putting it on somebody else. Because somebody don't like that they missed the opportunity here. What's the Ace of Swords in reverse about? What's this Ace of Swords in reverse about? What was this miscommunication? What was this missed opportunity over? What happened with that? Yeah. Four of Pentacles. Like somebody, penny pinching now, holding back, or they breadcrumbed you or something like that, based off of what somebody, said. Four wands at the bottom of the deck with the Justice. Yeah, somebody like holding on to their money now, they penny pinching or whatever, because, whatever they were trying to get a community of people to think, you know what I'm saying, or whatever they were trying to get somebody to think about what was going on, like somebody got a happy home or something like that, but it's really, what they got going on is, it's like somebody being in a home and they penny pinching, you know what I'm saying, and trying to, live like they got it together, you know what I'm saying? Like this is something, like we good, everything over here good, but at the same time, it's like, somebody actually realizing now, like, how somebody will say things or do things to try to avoid, a tower, like trying to avoid, something being exposed. Because when the tower is upside down, your shit is exposed. Our things is falling out. You can't, keep it. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever it is that you gotta, whatever you doing before you hear about something, it's like you gotta stop and, try to go save, whatever it is that you feel like is coming out. Like ain't nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta let it happen. And I feel like, you give time to something, for change, but you only get so much time from the Most High, to get something right. And if you don't, then your exposure starts. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you're trying to do to shit on somebody else ends up making whatever it is going on with you just come out even faster. It builds a case against you just because it's misdirect actions. It's misdirect anger and activity. When somebody, takes something out on the wrong person. Or they take the wrong action, towards something that ain't got nothing to do with another person. It's really the fact that somebody dealing with something that they can't keep from getting out. So they feel like this, like, well, let me expose other people. You know how some folks be like, if I go down, everybody going down with me. I'm going to tell, everything I know. And even if it ain't true, it's like, I'm going to say stuff, to make other people look bad too, even if it ain't true. But at this point, this is about somebody, feeling blocked, or they, stuck in their head, with negative thoughts and shit like that. And, saying what they saying because they being abusive, arrogant, you know what I'm saying, about how something is going on, or how somebody else, is abundant, they self-efficient, you know what I'm saying, they already straight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody needs to do this. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody else doing it, they speaking ill over somebody else and how they get their money because this is what they doing. They don't want to be, looked at as different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an indifference here that somebody don't like, they not comfortable with. And they communicated that to somebody to kind of make them look at another person and hold back from another person. Like that person look good. They over there doing nice. You don't even hear from them. That person probably got somebody. They probably got plenty of people. Boom. So it makes somebody, Four of Pentacles, like hold back, penny pinch, breadcrumb you and some shit like that. But also it'll end up causing them to have a missed opportunity and no clear communication. You know what I'm saying? Some miscommunication. Like somebody, went off of surface knowledge and went along with what somebody said instead of just getting the facts or not doing nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? With this Ace of Swords in reverse. Like somebody, listened to what somebody said and caused the injustice. Like somebody, lack of creativity. Like somebody didn't know what to think. They didn't know how to, get maneuver and get around, what somebody was saying to get the facts. Somebody, didn't know how to sit their ass down and wait for the clarity or clear their own mind, because with the Ace of Swords in the upright, this is about somebody making a sound decision, clarity and, a justice is like a new opportunity. But somebody, missed this opportunity because they had some miscommunication going on. Like they had something being said or something being, trying to come through for them to get them, some type of nudge of information, but this person was, in a confused mind state. Their crown was being attacked. Like they were being told things to confuse their way of thinking so they wouldn't be able to make a sound decision. So this person breadcrumbs you. You know what I'm saying? They held back. You know what I'm saying? They were stubborn. They were inflexible. You know what I'm saying? Like they were fixed in their ways and things like that. So when it came to whatever it was that they were being told or whatever opportunity that they missed it because they were being stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Fear of change. They fear change. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, and especially if somebody was dealing with somebody that didn't want to see, how somebody was given to them or was, very generous, very kind and stuff like that. Now somebody wants some, is a King of Cups that wants some forgiveness now, because I feel like, the for them being blocked with no communication or just, being in their head thinking negatively about things, you know what I'm saying, instead of taking some type of action and knowing that they can't, or they stuck in the fact that they thinking about how they were towards you with this Knight of Swords in reverse. Like they could have said, that this is what you was doing, or somebody could have said this is what you was doing, but it was like somebody being rude, arrogant, or whatever, because they were being blocked, because they missed this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like they listening to, what somebody was saying, or they believed, or they acted on what somebody said that wasn't even true, but this was because they were being, misdirected anger, activity, you know what I'm saying, actions, you know what I'm saying. So now they want some type of forgiveness because they got it wrong. It's like, I did this out of anger, or I did this because, I was, upset, with how I made a lot of bad choices, you know what I'm saying. I ended up with what I ended up with. And somebody could have said this about, somebody could have said this about you, and they went along with it and acted accordingly, you know what I'm saying, without the facts. All because they were blocked and couldn't have that communication with you or something like that, And it also was the fact that somebody was in their head thinking negatively too. Because like I said, the card, that makeshift card out here from the makeshift deck, a sibling told somebody a lie just to turn this person against you. One of your siblings told your ex a lie to make this person, go in another direction. So with this Ace of Swords in reverse, by you being, by you blocking and, not talking to this person, no contact, because of how they, they were in the past, like whatever this was over, because this person's heart chakra wasn't open at the time. So they could have came off as arrogant, selfish, stubborn, fixing their ways or whatever. And breadcrumbs you because somebody, told some lies. Clarify one of your siblings told your ex a lie. Clarify. Who's this sibling? One of your siblings told your ex a lie to turn him against you. Who's this sibling that told his lie? Clarify this sibling that told his lie. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Got the 9 of Cups. Show me this sibling that told his lie. And you got the Page of Swords. Could have been a younger sibling with this Page of Swords in reverse. Or somebody very immature. They very immature. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this could be your sibling. Could be a younger sibling, low vibrational at that. Or they could, be this Leo, Gemini, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this may be something that they, stems from something, in the past that they, feel some type of way about, when you think about the root of the problem. Like somebody, like is trying to like keep something going, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody see you as wish fulfillment, they see, or somebody wanted to, tell somebody like, oh, they got a lot of options, you know what I'm saying? Like they mess around with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they get this, or this how they get that. You know what I'm saying? You got some family that told a lie. They told somebody, you do this from home. This is how you this is how you living in your crib. You ain't in there resting. You in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoever this sibling is, like, somebody, trying to tell somebody, this, how you get your material success. This is how this is why you so successful. This is how you able to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? They telling this person, you got a lot of suitors. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of options. They got a lot of people giving to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they able to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody scatterbrained. This is somebody, that may have told this person things and they, was playing mind games. Somebody 4 of Pentacles, Page of Swords in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Played mind games, you know what I'm saying, with this person, with your ex. Or they played mind games with you based off what this sibling told them. Yeah. Lack of planning, sarcastic, gossipy. This could have been like I said, this is like a younger sibling. And if not that, they very immature. Got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the 10 of Swords. And this person could have, this past person with this King of Cups right here, now you got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Like they could have known that, you got some issues with your family, or they could have known this sibling was telling them a lie. Or they, may have been clever. They may not have, they may have caused, you know what I'm saying, this 10 of Swords. This lie may have caused the 10 of Swords. Clarify this Page of Swords in reverse on this sibling. Give me some more on this sibling. What's this Page of Swords in reverse? One of your siblings told your ex a lie. What was this lie about? What's this lie on? Got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, see, somebody, don't feel like somebody could be dealing with some setbacks in their life. Like somebody, feel like they're a misfortune. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody don't feel, as lucky as another person. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody feel like, they these family members or this sibling, they don't like the fact that your change is something they don't agree with. Like they, there's some things about your life that doesn't change that, they don't agree with. Like there's, You know how you have things that happen, good in your life, and you got family that don't support it. And I know a lot of people know what I mean, because people make too many damn videos talking about how, family ain't how it used to be or how it's supposed to be. And if it was a handbook on how family was supposed to be, nobody would read it, because cars come with handbooks, brand new cars come with handbooks and manuals, and nobody reads them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Even when they cars start having some mishaps, they never look for that handbook that's in their car that tells them all that stuff about their car. What to do, where to find it, how to fix it, you know what I'm saying? What it need to look like, how to get to it, and they don't, bother doing that. They get a used car, they still don't go get a manual for that car. And they sell them in the parts stores, but they go get a part, but they won't go get a manual to read up on a car. That car, even if it's a used car, you know what I'm saying, get you a manual while they still have it. A lot of cars, once they reach a certain year, they stop making them manuals and stuff like that, because the car probably been discontinued or whatever. But like, whoever the sibling is, that could be a Leo, that could be a fire sign, they could have fire in their chart. Or this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio could have fire in their chart, but you got the Five of Pentacles, the Death, and the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Magician. Yeah, like somebody going through some type of financial loss, or they feeling, left out in the cold, because or some insecurities. You know what I'm saying? They could be talking about, poverty situation. You know what I'm saying? That, past stuff that you may have went through, unemployment issues. They ain't no telling, these lies that they told, was things that make somebody, kind of rethink, they offer, or rethink, things about them. You know what I'm saying? In you. So it was like, if this ex came back around or reached out to them online or something like that and was inquiring about, the collective, it's like somebody was speaking on, how your success, ended up, or how you doing. It's like they haven't even talked to you. So it's like, even if somebody was asking about how you doing, are you still in the same place, are you with somebody? Yeah, they with a lot of people. Because with the Page of Swords in the upright, this is somebody asking curiosity questions. But this is somebody that, if they asking this person questions, they just gossipy. This person could have not even been, this a sibling you probably ain't talked to in a while. You probably ain't even, if you did, you ain't told them nothing lately that they can really say, it's still going on, or that's factual. You know what I'm saying? So they made up a lot of shit. They scatterbrain. This is somebody that, mentally is all over the place. They'll make up some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's because right now the Wheel of Fortune ain't turning in their favor. They at the bottom of the wheel, like they having setbacks. They having a lot of things going on with them since you walked away and call your energy back from this family. So now they feeling some type of way, because they probably struggling or dealing with some insecurities now, in their financial situation. They could be looking at losing a home, or, going through some type of recession themselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially, with the death I hear, somebody done shedded the old, they're going through a transformation, or you went through a transformation. You know what I'm saying? Even at your lowest, you probably went through a transformation. You're a Queen of Wands, you know what I'm saying? Very attractive, very confident. You manifesting right now. So they don't like that either. You know what I'm saying? So as far as, somebody trying to confuse you with the moon, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I feel like, somebody trying to confuse another person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, to keep them from giving you this Two of Cups. Like somebody want to give you an offer, but it's like a family member wanted to turn this person against you. Why did this sibling want to turn this person against my collective? Well, let's see. Why did they? Yeah, they don't like that you happy, for one. The Sun is out here. Two of Pentacles out here, and the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody prioritizing. They may be juggling their finances right now. Or they could have juggled you or something like that. Or this, something that they feel like, they holding over your head, at this point. You know what I'm saying? They see you, prioritizing, making decisions, or you made a decision. Got the divine feminine at the bottom of the deck, Empress. They don't like that either. You know what I'm saying? And you happy. So at this point, this person could have juggled you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be juggling, finances and trying to prioritize and rethinking things. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what you invest in, what you put your time, your energy into. Seven of Pentacles. You focusing on work. You know what I'm saying? You may not be working at your, you may not be where you want to be right now, but it's getting there. You know what I'm saying? And you focusing on that. You're not planting seeds. You tending to your garden. You know what I'm saying? You minding your business, minding your money. What pays you. You focus on that and you happy. You know what I'm saying? And you got a sibling, some family members that don't like that divine feminine. They don't. So they telling lies, they scheming and scamming, plotting and planning. Because they stuck in the past. This is somebody that, lack independence. You know what I'm saying? They don't like the fact that you self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to get it out the mud if you got to. But that's something they won't do, without shitting on your name. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a sibling that wants to shit on your name. What's going on with this sibling? Who is this? Give me some more on this sibling. Give me some more on this sibling. One of your siblings lying to your ex. Sibling. Show me your sibling. Give me some more on this sibling that told this lie. Give me some more on this sibling that told this lie. Holy Spirit. Hold on. They told this lie, but it's over, a two of cups and a passionate new beginning. Even if you had to choose yourself, it's something, with your sibling that don't want to see you excel. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see you. They could be in a connection. They could be, going through some things themselves. They could be going through some setbacks and not, feeling so lucky right now, and they just making up stuff, on your behalf that kind of keep you from being, in a marriage or possibly, getting an offer, that may possibly lead to marriage with this King of Cups out here. Because somebody wants some forgiveness, for listening to a lie or believing what somebody said or treating you the way they did based off what somebody said, what your sibling said. Because you got the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck now. It's a passionate new beginning. But at the same time, there's, they know you to be somebody faithful, and trustworthy and things like that, with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, right behind this Ace of Wands. But somebody, Three of Swords in reverse, like somebody now, is healing. They, could possibly want some forgiveness. Or you could be going through some type of recovery right now from healing. With the Four of Swords being out here. Yeah. Releasing pain. But somebody want to, make a decision now, with this Two of Wands, like, after gaining a new perspective. Could possibly want to compromise with the Five of Swords, also at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, a reconciliation, could be, somebody want to move on from the past. Somebody had a lot of, and if not that, they got a lot of past resentment, you know what I'm saying, for how things ended or what went on, Five of Cups. So, why did this sibling lie on the collective? Why did this sibling lie on the collective like this? Yeah. They could have some addictions. They definitely could have some type of, toxicity, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to them, feeling like they limited, to what they can, do or what they can say or what they, got going on right now. You know, somebody in some very low vibrational energy. They got, you know, don't, and they could be in a materialistic mindset, you know, as well. But the justice is out here. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's, someone taking accountability here. Or there's justice, you know what I'm saying? You know, to be made, justice coming for you. Could be a lawsuit, but at the same time, this is clarity, and this is your justice. Like something being revealed, about this sibling is your justice. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I feel like, this past person is, possibly is going to tell you, but, exactly like what was going on or what was said, and that's going to be your justice, is getting this clarity because of this miscommunication that, this sibling caused. They got a lot of whoever this sibling is, they got some dependency issues. Like they could have some things that they know they done got involved in or that they got going on personally. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to their money or their stability. Like somebody, having some setbacks. They don't feel like, the wheel is turning in their favor when it comes to fortune, good fortune. You know what I'm saying? Like they know it comes to you and they don't like that. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's the devil? What's the devil? 9 of Swords. Yeah. Now you got like a Gemini that's in their head, and having like some sleepless nights, or they could be going through some type of depression, you know what I'm saying, feeling overwhelmed, or especially, when it comes to you cutting people off. Like there's a lot of people that you done walked away from, ended cycles with, that, regret. Then a lot of regret and some resentment, with missed opportunities. But specifically a sibling could be a Gemini, you know what I'm saying? But they in their head, like somebody, is dealing with a lot of fear, they in a lot of despair, you know what I'm saying? Because of like what was said. Or the fact that you done cut people off, you don't talk to them. You don't talk to them. It could have been, with this 9 of Swords, it could have been 9 years since you talked to them. You know what I'm saying? Or longer. Or less. You know what I'm saying? But it could have been 9 years or 8 years since you talked to whoever this sibling is. With this 9 of Swords. And you got the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But I feel like, they don't want you to work something out with a past person because you won't work nothing out with them. But they don't like the fact that you don't cut them off. You don't talk to them. What's the overall energy moving forward? What are these people and what are the actions moving forward? Future actions moving forward in this situation. What are the future actions moving forward in this situation? Holy Spirit, angels. What's the future actions moving forward? Outcome. What's the outcome in the future moving forward? What's the outcome of this situation for the collective moving forward? The strength. Page of Cups. And the Magician. The King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, moving forward, you got the strength out here. Somebody, having, that confidence that they need to come forward, to express, some type of unexpressed emotions, possibly a proposal, when it comes to them having some new creative ideas, that they want to come towards. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this Magician out here and the Page of Cups. So somebody, could, be daydreaming, whatever the possibilities is that they, could come towards you and, possibly have some type of idea, of how they see something going. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody want to, express, what it is that they feel, because it's like somebody sees a bright future with you. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to them expressing their emotions and their vulnerability, somebody has some vulnerability issues with being vulnerable. All right. But they want to, be an open book to you now, and they possibly, are gaining that strength to do that now, that confidence, to do that now, so they could be manifesting, right now, trying to manifest you back in, after being in this King of Swords, King of Cups energy, where they knowing now, how to be more effective, in their communication, and honest and truthful, you know what I'm saying? And being, upright, with that. Because I feel like, this person sees you as wish fulfillment, they still have a lot of passion, you know what I'm saying? They want to come towards you with a lot of passion, but I feel like them, being naive in the past or like, thinking that holding back from you and, things like that, having that fear of like taking that leap of faith, you know what I'm saying? And thinking like, if they waited or if they stayed the same, things would go back, but it didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to have to make some changes. And I feel like this sibling, with this devil out here, they, got some toxicity, you know what I'm saying? Some things that they need, especially outdated beliefs, and a very, karmic kind of mindset and how they do things or how they, move, especially, with their Page of Swords in reverse. Like somebody very gossipy, they very negative. You know what I'm saying? But this is because things is not going their way. You know what I'm saying? And they being cut off and ain't no communication. So it's like an ex coming around, wanting to talk, wanting to give you a 2 of cups. They don't want that for you. They feel like they can control, your happiness by keeping this person away from you. So that way, if they ain't happy, they don't want you to be happy. If you ain't talking to them, they ain't gonna talk to you either. You know what I'm saying? Like that person my sister ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm make sure she don't talk to you too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, But I'm going to end it here, you guys. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Overall, hopefully the message resonates with you and or is helpful. You got Clarence out here too. So first, middle, last name could be Clarence. Or first, middle, last initial C can be significant. But make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out for your girl. All right? And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.